Imagine walking into a department store and seeing a lion cub for sale. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly the true story of Christian, the lion, who touched the lives of two men and the world. In 1969, two young Australians, John Rendall and Anthony Ace Bourke, walked into the famous Harrods department store in London. To their surprise, they discovered a lion cub in a small cage. At that time, it wasn't unusual to see exotic animals for sale in stores, and Harrods even had its own pet department. John and Ace immediately felt a connection to the little lion, who seemed lost and vulnerable. "We were just fascinated by him," John recalls. "He had so much personality, even in that little cage." Without hesitation, they purchased him and brought him to their flat on King's Road in Chelsea. They named him Christian, and he quickly became a part of their family. They set up a play area for him in the basement of a furniture store and ensured he had enough space to move around. Life with Christian in London was both exciting and challenging. John and Ace created a playground for him in a large garden behind a furniture store, where Christian could roam freely. He was playful, curious, and had a loving nature. Christian loved playing with John and Ace, and they developed a deep bond with each other. "It was incredible how fast he grew," Ace recounts. "Every day he seemed a little bigger and stronger." Christian became not only a sensation in the neighborhood, but also a symbol of friendship and adventure. People came from all over to see him. However, as time passed, it became clear that Christian was not suited for city life. He grew rapidly and needed more space and freedom than London could offer. John and Ace wanted to provide a better life for Christian. They realized it wasn't fair to keep him in the city and started looking for a solution. They contacted George Adamson, a renowned conservationist in Kenya known for his work with lions. George had successfully reintroduced many lions into the wild and was enthusiastic about helping Christian. After many discussions and planning, the time came. Christian was to be taken to Kenya. "We knew it was the best thing for him," John says, "but it was also incredibly hard to let him go." The journey to Africa was a great adventure for everyone involved. Christian was transported in a specially designed crate, and John and Ace accompanied him on the flight. Upon their arrival in Kenya, they were warmly welcomed by George Adamson. George immediately began preparing Christian for life in the wild. It was a long and challenging process, but Christian showed remarkable adaptability. George took Christian to a remote reserve where he could live in a protected environment and learn to survive as a wild lion. Christian had to learn to hunt independently and protect himself from dangers. It wasn't easy, but George had great faith in him. "He showed an incredible learning curve," George recalls. "It was as if he knew exactly what to do." The farewell was very difficult for John and Ace. They had developed a deep bond with Christian and knew they would miss him dearly. The days they spent with George and Christian were bittersweet. They saw how Christian adapted to his new environment, but they also knew this was the final goodbye. "We have so many wonderful memories," Ace says, "but knowing he would be happy here helped us let go." A year later, John and Ace decided to return to Kenya to see how Christian was doing. They were unsure if he would recognize them after such a long time. The reunion trip was filled with excitement and nerves. When they arrived at the reserve, they were greeted by George, who told them that Christian had grown into a proud and confident lion. They made their way to the spot where Christian often stayed. As they called out to him, something incredible happened. From a distance, Christian came running toward them. He recognized them immediately, leaping up and hugging them with his powerful paws. It was a heart-wrenching and joyous reunion, showcasing the deep bond and love between them. "It was as if no time had passed," John remembers. "He was still our Christian, but also so much more." The reunion was captured on video, showing the incomparable joy and emotions that both humans and animals can feel. Christian licked their faces and nuzzled them, as if they had never been apart. Christian continued to live in the wild, eventually becoming a proud and independent lion. The story of Christian, John, and Ace is an inspiring reminder of how strong the bond between humans and animals can be. It is a tale of love, friendship, and the longing for freedom. Christian taught us that love knows no bounds, Ace says, and that true friendship never ends. This extraordinary story of Christian the lion has touched millions of people worldwide. It shows us that animals can form deep emotional connections just like humans, and that these connections can endure despite great distances and obstacles. Thank you for watching. If Christian the Lion's story touched your heart as much as it did ours, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with more heartwarming stories. Until next time.